Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Philosophical from the Let's Rock podcast, and this is your Freedom Friday. You know, a lot has been on my mind this week as far as like thinking about conflict, right? So, how do I attribute that to not only helping out our brothers, making better decisions, but my own, right? So, a lot of times, what happens is that conflict means that you're in some type of battle, right? When you're in some type of battle, you're fearing of certain decisions that need to be made within a certain time frame, right? Within a certain like medium, right? That can either affect your past or it can either affect your future. So that's kind of the premise of not only what Let's Rap podcast is all about, philosophical thoughts, echo chamber, and even the Freedom Fridays, the fact that conflict can be good and bad, right? Um, so don't let conflict deter from the commitment, because the commitment is really what it's about. Are you willing to commit to someone that you feel you need? Notice I didn't say want, need, right? So a lot of times we commit to things not necessarily what we need, but what we desire, right? Whether that may be the physical aspect, maybe that may be the lust aspect, and not even thinking about some of the things that we need. A lot of those attributes and traits I just named are very temporary. They're very temporary, right? So a lot of times I look at myself and I think back to the fact of the conflict that I went through as as far as telling myself, how do I get through this? Right? Am I making the right decisions? Have I made the right decisions? And a lot of times those conflicts and decisions that we're not making at that right moment is pressure. So it's clutch time, right? A lot of times we either make the right decision or we don't. And we harbor on those conflicts to the fact that we're not going to commit for a certain reason. So what's your reason? What's the reason? The fact that you feel not only you're not committing, but feeling like conflict is there and you can't get through it. Well, let me help you understand. Not only am I dealing with conflict on my end, on my side every day, but there are people out here who are dealing with conflict based off of decisions either they have made and feel like they've made the wrong decisions, or conflict to the point where it's like the pressure is on. It's clutch time and you haven't committed. You haven't made a decision. You haven't made a stand to say, I'm going to do this no matter what. Right. And the reasons why a lot of people have not, especially our brothers, and talking to the brothers, haven't made that decision is because you haven't understood what you need. Right. Sex has been normalized to the point where it's just a daily routine. So are we as men going to continue to be with somebody just based off of the sex? And I'm talking to the brothers that feel like they want to commit, that not sure how to commit, or not sure or what they need to commit. Because I was once a man that had these issues, and to this day still had these issues, right? Not being able to commit due to the fact of the conflict of thinking about, well, what if it doesn't work out? Or can the same things happen again over and over and over? The bad mistakes, the bad relationships, the things that continue to haunt me to this day is we're overthinking as men to think that we're not going to commit. We're going to keep in this conflict way to the fact of things that happened to us years ago, right? So free yourself from thinking that conflict is a bad thing, because it's not, but it also can be a bad thing if we continue in that war and battle of thinking, constantly saying that I'm not going to do something or commit to someone or something that could be good for me and what I need just because of what's happened to me before. Let it go. And I'm still going through that today, right? So I'm still trying to free myself from the conflict of the situations and things that I've been through and trying to walk myself out of it, right? But the only way to do that is to come to an understanding and make a stand. And this is the decision you're going to have to make and stick by it. So free yourself thinking that conflict is the fact that you have to stay there, because you don't have to. It's all about making a decision. Free yourself thinking that you can't make a decision or won't make a decision. And free yourself thinking that just because you're not committed today doesn't mean you're not going to be able to commit to someone tomorrow. A lot of times we look at things as far as like the feelings, the parts as far as like not being able to commit. Why is that? Because it starts with us, man. It starts with us, brothers, as far as like it takes trust, it takes stability, it takes faith in the decision that we have to make to commit to someone, right? It's no reason why women should be chasing us for our commitment. So if you're going to commit to someone, commit to that person, but commit for the right reasons. So free yourself thinking that you can't make a commitment, because you can't. All right. I'm Philosophical from the Let's Rock podcast. Peace.